Lauderdale real estate market. You know, folks, it's like a roller coaster ride. Really, sometimes you're gonna be up, sometimes you're gonna be down. It can actually leave you feeling a little bit queasy. Hey folks, don't sweat it. I promise to keep it real. No sugarcoating, you know, just honest advice. We'll get through this market together. So folks, here's the real deal. It's not all sunshine and rainbows down here right now. The Federal Reserve just popped the rate up a quarter point again to 5.50. Folks, that's the highest rate it's been in 22 years. Homeowner insurance companies are basically, they're bailing out of Florida like rats on a sinking ship. And real estate taxes. Let's not forget about the real estate taxes. Property values shot up 11.7% from 2022 to 2023. You know, and while tax rates did remain somewhat the same, Broward County did keep the tax rate the same for the 16th year in a row. Okay, we still have to deal with rising real estate tax costs. So folks, what does this all mean for the real estate market here in Fort Lauderdale? It's a challenge, no doubt. You know, but fear not. You know, we'll face these challenges head on and work towards your real estate goals. No matter how tough it gets, we're going to be here with you every step of the way. So if you're ready for this wild adventure ride, let's dive in together and let's see what we can do about getting through these turbulent waves here in the Fort Lauderdale real estate market. So let's talk real about what's going on in Fort Lauderdale real estate market as far as interest rates. I mean, since December 23rd, 2021, those interest rates have been going up steadily. They started off about 3.05% back there, and as of the day before yesterday, they're sitting at about 6.81%. You know, that doesn't even take into consideration some of those few spikes going up into 7%. That's an increase of 3.75 points. I mean, that's huge. That's an increase greater than what the interest rate was back in December of 2021. So, you know, here's the other thing. Folks, kind of check this out. In June 2023, the median sale price for single-family homes in Fort Lauderdale is at $760,000. Okay, that's actually down 5% over where it was at the same time last year, just a shade over $800,000. But guess what? With a 3.75 point increase in interest rates, okay, the monthly payment shot, just your principal and interest, you know, set aside your taxes and your insurance for a second, because we will get to those later. But your principal and interest just went from $25.79 up to $39.67. I mean, that's a huge hit in the wallet. That's about a 54% increase, folks. And you know what? It's not just the single family homes that have taken the hit too. We're also seeing this in the condo and townhome market, okay? In June 2023, these babies are selling now for $448K at an average, down 15% from June of last year when they were at $530,000 for the median price. You know, and even with these, the payment went up from the principal and interest back in December of that time. Around that time, the old interest rate of 3.01 would have been around $1,500. Now we're up to $23.38, still another 54% increase. That's gonna make a big difference. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? So folks, here's the deal. Rising interest rates have a significant effect on property values, okay? And you know what that means? That means demand could be dropping because folks, you know, there were folks that could qualify for something a year and a half ago. They can no longer qualify for that, okay? And honestly, the sellers are having a tough time getting the value out of the property that they perceive the property has, you know? And honestly, for buyers, we're seeing this all the time. For buyers, what they qualified for a year and a half ago is completely gone. I mean, it's a whole new market for them. They're having to basically reshift all of what they're looking for. But you know, hey folks, it's crucial for you to reach out to experts like my team and I. I mean, we know this market inside and out. We can help you navigate through it. We can help you figure out what needs to be done, okay? And we'll help you find the deals. Sellers will make sure that your properties are priced properly, priced where they should be. We'll certainly help you exploit all the marketing opportunities. Okay? But again, reach out to experts like my team and I. So folks, let's go ahead and navigate these waters together and we'll find you at the perfect spot to call home. So folks, I'm Kevin Morris. Welcome to our channel, Living in Fort Lauderdale with Kevin Sues. Even though we may sometimes be delivering not the greatest news, we truly love having the opportunity to reach out and talk to folks about what's going on in the Fort Lauderdale area. We'll talk about some of the great neighborhoods. In this case, we're talking about what's going on in the market. There have been some significant changes. So hopefully we'll get everybody through this together. But if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. Give us a little call, shoot us a little text, a little email. Click on the calendar link, set up a time for us to chit chat, you know, whenever at your convenience. We can go over market conditions, we can go over, you know, investment options, we can go over whatever you want to talk about. And folks, if you would, please feel free to subscribe. Go ahead and click on the bell to get notified when we drop a new video, and subscribe and let all your friends know. Tell them where you're getting this information, okay? And if you have any comments or any questions, please feel free again to drop it in the box below. So folks, let's talk about what's going on with property insurance. It's certainly not one of my favorite topics, okay? And it's not really looking too pretty. According to the latest Insurance Information Institute, we are in for a whopper of a jump, at least a 40% jump in 2023 over 2022. Now folks, that's on top of a 22% increase in 2022 over 2021. I mean, you know, the national average across the nation, insurance costs, insurance rates only went up 9%. So folks, check this out. In the Fort Lauderdale area, homeowners are showing at an average of $4,231 a year for insurance. I mean, that's triple the national rate of over $1,500. That's crazy. That's going nuts, okay? You know what? And kind of here's the kicker. You know, the state did step in a little while ago and try to put a state-backed insurance company in. They're called Citizens Property Insurance. You know, they basically, we call them the insurer of last resort. If you can't find insurance anywhere else, typically your agent's going to go look at Citizens, okay? But I mean, they're expected to hit 2 million policies this year in 2023. And that's an amazing number of policies. So folks, don't freak out yet, okay? There are things that you can do to kind of keep those insurance rates kind of in check a little bit. First thing to do, honestly, and we do this ourselves, we recommend folks do this every 6 months. Do a review, do a very, very complete and comprehensive review of your existing policy, okay? Talk to your current insurance company, go out and shop your insurance out, okay, every 6 months. I mean, you'd be surprised at how, you know, at how much they want to keep you if you've been a good, continually paying customer, if you've been a policy holder for a long, long time. They're going to want to do everything they can to possibly keep you. Some of the other things you can do, if you're living in a house, okay, you're living in a condo or a townhouse, get a wind mitigation report. If you live in a condo, go talk to the association to see if they have one. That's going to help significantly because the basis for insurance here in South Florida, and especially in and around the Fort Lauderdale area, okay, is based upon what's the potential for having to pay out claims for hurricane or storm damage. If your property's fortified, that's going to help significantly. The other thing is you can take a look at, you know, increasing your deductible, okay? A lot of times, you know, a moderate increase in your deductible can have a significant impact on reducing what your premium, the amount of your premium. Up for private insurance. I mean, if you are currently a client, policyholder with Citizens, take a look around and see during that 6-month review. Take a look around and see. Take a look at other ones, Allstate, State Farm, Farmers. Take a look at some of the other insurance companies that are still offering insurance here in South Florida and see what they can do for you. The biggest thing is, folks, don't stress about it because, you know, reach out to us if you have any questions. We're happy to help out any way we can. You know, we help buyers and sellers all the time looking for ways to basically mitigate these costs and mitigate these risks from the standpoint of insurance costs. And honestly, I mean, it's one of these things where insurance is a necessary evil. If you're financing, okay, then you're definitely going to have insurance. Your lender's not going to lend if you don't have insurance. And let's face it, folks, even if you own your property outright, you know, we don't want to be caught in the same situation that a number of those folks back in April were caught down in Fort Lauderdale when we had that surprise flood. I mean, only about 25 to 30% of the folks that were impacted by that flood actually had adequate insurance in doing that. Folks, it's a necessary evil, so let's sit down and we'll talk about it and see how we can save you some cash and how still keep you covered. So folks, let's talk about the real deal when it comes to property taxes. Property taxes can be a major game changer in your property choice, and it can actually, in some cases, you know, be the difference between whether or not you buy or you rent. You kind of get where I'm going here? Let's dig a little bit deeper into this. So, you know, one would think, you're kind of thinking, well, you know, hey, if the median sales price is going down over in 2023 over 2022, you're probably thinking, sweet, that should at least either kind of slow my real estate tax prices down or, you know, possibly even make them less, okay? Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. And you know, the other thing is that those real estate taxes, they don't always follow the same path as the sales price. I mean, there are reasons why taxes can go up. If you own your property and you've made some significant improvements, we've talked about this in some of our other videos. If you're making significant improvements, you're putting that pool in that you've always wanted to put in, you're going ahead and do that major renovation, you're adding that additional level, you're adding another bedroom, okay? I mean, all these kind of things are going to impact the real estate taxes eventually because you're going to get a permit that's going to filter through to the different agencies, and they're going to let you know, and they're going to come back and they're going to hit you up with that. You know, but folks, much like with insurance, with real estate taxes, there are things that you can do, okay? Now, you know, for example, if you're having a permanent residence down here, you have a little bit of a protection from the homestead exemption. You're going to get between $25,000 and $50,000, you know, off the assessed value straight away, okay? If you're over 65, okay, or if you have disabilities, or if you're a veteran, it can be even more. Definitely check into that. If you have any questions about that, please give us a call. Let us know what's going on. We've worked with a number of veterans in the past that have actually gone. We actually have a couple of our clients that were veterans that were actually able to get out of paying real estate taxes altogether. So there are some ways to mitigate that. The other thing is that here in Broward County, okay, Broward County, the real estate tax sends out their TRIM, which is short for truth and millage, okay, the TRIM notice out, okay, and they send that out early enough in the year so that you can get a chance to see what's going on. Now you have until September 18th to go ahead and file for an assessment appeal, okay? This assessment appeal process is actually a lot more simple than it sounds, okay? You go online, you fill out the request for the appeal, you do your homework to come back and basically have justification as to why your real estate taxes should not go up, or they should not go up as high as they did. Maybe you don't have any improvements. Maybe you're in a neighborhood that experienced high turnover. These are the kind of things that, again, experts like my team and I can sit there and help you and walk you through that. I mean, we've helped hundreds of folks do real estate tax assessment appeals, and we do it ourselves, okay? And we've been successful with just about every time going through it. A little bit of time, a little bit of effort can give you a significant amount of reward. So folks, so there you have it, kind of the lowdown on real estate taxes. It's not the most fun topic, I understand that, but it's something, again, because again, it, like insurance costs, can make up a very key component. In fact, in some cases, the taxes themselves can actually be more than the insurance on your house, and that too can also make a determination as to whether or not you purchase that house or whether or not you stay in that house. We did have some folks that live over, some friends of ours that live over in Imperial Point, okay? And over the 2-year period from 2021 to 2023, their real estate taxes went up 143%. Now, there was a lot of activity that went on in there, and there were a lot of changes that were made, but still, 143%, come on folks, that's a little ridiculous. We advise them to go back out and appeal the assessment. Obviously for this year, the assessment hasn't gone through, the appeal hasn't gone through yet, but we're keeping in touch with them, and we'll let you guys know how it went as soon as we hear how it went. So folks, kind of let's break it down. So what does all this mean for the real estate game here in Fort Lauderdale? You know, it's a roller coaster ride, no doubt, as we said before, okay? But you know what? Florida's still rocking and rolling. We're still number 2 from in the country for having folks come in. We get representation from New York and Boston. New York City, Boston folks are coming in from the Northeast. We're getting folks coming in from Chicago and Kansas City, from the Midwest. You know, and of course, we're getting a lot of folks coming into Florida and also down here in the Fort Lauderdale, you know, from the West Coast, LA, San Fran, okay, and San Diego. You know, hey, a lot of our friends and a lot of our clients, a lot of folks that are watching our YouTube channel are coming in from the West Coast. They just want to look for something a little bit different. And despite all of these challenges that are going on, you know, and again, the 3 biggest ones, you know, are basically, you know, the real estate taxes themselves, the interest rates, okay, and the insurance costs. But you know, there's still a lot of opportunity here in South Florida and a lot of opportunity in and around the Fort Lauderdale area. You know, check out our videos on short-term and long-term rentals. Check out our videos on folks looking to retire down here. You know, check out some of our videos also on areas that we're spotlighting, suburban areas of Fort Lauderdale that we're spotlighting, Coconut Creek, Coral Springs, Pompano Beach, Deerfield Beach, areas like that. So a lot of great opportunity down there and a lot of great things that are still available for folks coming down here. And you know what, folks? You don't have to figure it out alone. You know, reach out to us. You know, we're the local experts. We'll tell you the real deal. We won't sugarcoat it. You know, we'll tell you the good, the bad, and you know, we'll tell you the ugly too. There you have it. Kind of the latest and the greatest on the Fort Lauderdale area real estate scene. It's a wild ride, okay, but we got your back, okay? And you know what? Stay savvy, my friend, okay? So let's dive in and make the most of our opportunities, make the most of what's going on, face those challenges head on. Hey folks, thanks for hanging with us today. So if you enjoyed our video and learned a few things, you know, please give us a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe sign. Okay, don't forget to hit that little bell to get notified every time we drop a new video out. And folks, hey, we do want to hear from you. The folks that are giving us comments, we love that. We welcome the comments coming in. You know, we just want to hear what everybody thinks. We want to hear what everybody knows. We want to hear what you're looking for. You know, and whether it's short-term rentals, long-term rentals, whether you're looking to retire, maybe you're looking to just have a winter home, you know, whatever. Please feel free to drop out, ask us any questions at all. Again, you can give us a call, you can shoot us a little text, little email going on, you know, set up on the calendar below, set up a time for us to chit chat about anything that's important to you, any questions you may have, any concerns that you may have. We're here. We're going to spill the beans on everything we know. We're going to let you know everything. It's the good, the bad, the ugly. I mean, you know, while we love living down here, okay, you know, and we believe it's paradise, you know, hey, every once in a while, you know, there is a little bit of a thorn sometimes in paradise. So folks, you know, it's time to wrap up, but don't worry, we'll be back with some more epic content real soon. Until then, you know, just kind of keep hustling and dreaming, folks, and we'll be talking to you soon.